S-T-R-O. Yeah.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
Well, Coach, the calendar may say autumn, but temperatures are still pretty sweltering here in North Florida. But the good news, the radar is clear. Still, hydration will be key today at TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
For the hunt!
44. A former Seminole back home in Florida. It's Dalvin Cook. Space to maneuver at the 40. And finally taken down at the 15. A big play there on the first play of the game. And even 60 yards for him on the ground. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10.
Switch it, come on, switch it. Right here, Omaha. Hey, we're good. Hey, high 7. What's that?
Now Cousins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
44 Check. 44, Mike, 44.
A 2nd down throw for Cousins. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Cousins gives way to Cook. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the 1st, right around the 15. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Oh, he shifts past him. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
From the 25 on 2nd down. Jackson, he sets to, and this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark with touchdown number 20 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
On 2nd and 9, Cousins got his man complete over the middle. That's Rose. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 45.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Here we go. Set. Hey, come on. Come on, boy.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. There's some space here. Nice footwork at the 25. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys, good. Yeah. Backside guys, that's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Jackson to throw again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Here's Jackson. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Danielle Hunter. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any Way you can run back out there. Totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
From the 44, Cousins. And Diggs has it. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Hey, exit. 44, Mike, 44. Here we go,
From the gun, here's Cousins. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. It's a gain of 35. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Now Jackson. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Everson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much since. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. He's at the 50. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Cook, and the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Hey, dude. 44, Mike, 44. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. This will be from 56 yards out. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is. So 2 missed field goals for him now, and that's helped keep them with a big 0 on the scoreboard.
Well, it's not the only reason they have a 0. The offense has been bogged down a few times now, but it's certainly not helping the cause any at all.
So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Anthony Brown right there to knock it away.
How about this offense? Already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive. They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Leonard Fournette. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. Touchdown, Jaguars. Leonard Fournette, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly for 6. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Listen to me. Hey, team 6. Team 6.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. To throw is Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Josh Allen has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Well, nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big play there just before halftime. 43 yards. Now it's Jackson. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he slides to avoid the hit. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Leonard Fournette with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Lambeau on for the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try to go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Cousins now to throw on first down. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Gun. Hey, Echo.
To throw, Cousins going deep for and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one.
I'm with you, Toad.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. There he goes left side. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his second extra point here in the first half. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time.
Final play of the half. Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go, let's go.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Again, it's Fournette. Gets around him. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going.
It's our time.
On third down, Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. There for the sack, Everson Griffin.
To me, the defense was looking a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10.
At their own 37-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And it's third down.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
44 is the mic. 44 is Mike.
Hey, Haywood.
Come on, the ball. 44, Mike, 44. Mike, watch the time.
Two.
Here we go. 44.
Throwing, Cousins. And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The end result, 21 yards. On the ground, it's Cook. Telvin Smith that time there to make the play.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 25-yard line.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
54 is Mike.
Hey, Foxtrot.
54. Come on, D.
Cousins the thrower. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Don't let it breathe, defense. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! Mike's 5'4". Mike's 5'4".
First.
Mike's 5'4". Man, I got you.
Hey, Delta.
54.
Throwing is Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike. Wow, Bill.
Hey, Alpha.
Mike's 54.
Gun.
54. All you get is a headache. All you get is a headache.
Cousins to throw for it on fourth. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Everson Griffin able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage. And that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Hey, no, easy. Bravo.
Cousins on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 34. And that pitch just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Lambeau to add on the extra point. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good.
Next to score, Jaguars 33, Vikings nothing. Josh Lambeau to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go!
At their own 29-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Again, it's Cook. And this looks a lot like the last play. Behind the line of scrimmage, he's tackled for the second straight go-around. Great job by this Jacksonville D.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Give to Cook out of the gun. And he'll get across the 20, but only to about the 22-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Pulled in at the 24. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At their 48-yard line.
Ready?
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 10. Cook. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Vikings 38-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Check. Move. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Mike.
Jackson from the shotgun. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Trey Waynes, the Michigan State man, right there in coverage. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 26. Fournette, a first down carry. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Jackson. And this will be incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down. The last play on the completion got him half of what. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet